wow. We literally kind of had to run from Hillbrow all the way to the Mandela Bridge.
Yeah.
And that took a week. It took a week for us to get to the Mandela Bridge. My name is Sdumo Mtshali. I play Ngcobo on iNUMBER, Jozi Gold.
My name is Bongile Mantsai. I play the Hyena man. Indoda yembisi.
Also.
Yeah.
No, man, congratulations, on making it to the reboot.
Thank you.
We're looking forward to it on a Netflix scale.
Yes.
How was it working with Quizzical Pictures again?
Oh, working with Quizzical Pictures again on iNUMBER, Jozi Gold. It felt like coming back home. It felt like, it didn't feel like iNUMBER, the first one.
Mm-hmm.
This one was definitely on a much broader scale. Netflix really came in on this one. And what was great about it as well is just to have people from Netflix flying down and being on set and asking the right questions on how we're feeling and how the process is actually going. That felt really welcoming of them. And futhi nje iNUMBER this one, we knew that we're taking it there now. We take it to a scale that is not just here, but more of the 190 countries. So that was constantly on our mind, constantly. And just to, what Donovan always said was, you have to be accountable for whatever you do on this project.
Sure.
So that was always nailed in us. And then to work with these beautiful actors is just raised the bar to another level.
How was your experience, Bongile?
My experience, I was under pressure because there's number one and then there's number Jozi Gold too.
Yeah.
And you're like, geez, you have to match all the time. And, whenever you replace characters, some people are like, what are you bringing on? What are you bringing on the table? So I think I was under pressure, but I was also privileged because I worked with Presley, and I also worked with Israel.
Yes.
Who really brought this character for me. And he just said to me, just go.
Yeah.
Just go, just go.
That's cool.
I was telling Presley now that he was calling me all the time. I was like, don't let Sdumo bully you. So it was like pressure, but at the same time fun.
Yeah.
You also want to prove, and you also want to give it to the story. Yeah.
Rivets.
Ravas
in the scene, boy.
No, and you guys gave it in, Shem. I know your performance was just amazing.
Thank you.
I want to know, how fit did you guys have to be for these roles? Uchili no Hyena.
Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, dear.
Oh man, number. With this one, I think especially the opening sequence and the running. Wow. We literally kind of had to run from Hillbrow all the way to the Mandela Bridge.
Yeah.
And that took a week. It took a week for us to get to the Mandela Bridge because shooting, it requires so much.
Yeah.
You saw now with all the different angles, the different camera angles, the crazy way that Tom Murray, our DOP, he's so on par with Donovan Marsh, the creator. They know what they want to work with a director like Donovan Marsh, who knows exactly what he wants.
Yeah,
and he's gonna bring it out of you, whether you like it or not. It felt like home again. And I had to be so fit for it. Physically, I had to train hard for it. And then spiritually again, I had to come back into it again. And that required a lot of prayer, required a lot of meditation from my side to really, so I can articulate the different messages that are within the different themes. Because, in iNUMBER is not just about action only, you know what I mean? Yes, that's the premise. But to tackle different themes of us as men in the society where we are right now, we need to get that across. The accountability. We're always pushing that. Donovan always pushing that idea that you're accountable. You're accountable for the young black kids that are watching this. You're accountable for them. So that always ringered in my mind. So we don't just come in there, just do whatever we want. We came in there in a sense of understanding what this is. I want to be able to get to a point where like, hey, as in we are now in number 10, Africa Gold, and I'm able to pass it down to the next one. I want to get to that point. That's the thing, a franchise. That's what we want.
I mean, talking about fitness, when I got the role, Donovan said to me, "Are you fit?" And I said to him, "Yes, I'm fit." And there were times where I felt like, no, man, no, I am not fit for this role because it was too much challenging and looking at this beast. I mean, I had like so much physical contact and with him, and I was like, oh God, I'm meeting Prastu again.
We don't play. We go to town. We go to town.
And I was telling the other interviewer earlier on that the challenge that I had from him, we had like stunt doubles, and Prastu said to me, "Look, we can do this. Let's not have a stunt double." And I was like, "Fuck."
That's amazing.
So all the time,
you guys had your own stunts.
He would say to me, "Let's do it ourselves." All the fight scenes.
That's us.
Yeah, that's us.
Yeah.
Amazing, guys. Amazing.
Thank you.
Mr. Hyena, man, tell me about your favorite character, your co-character, your hyena. How was the relationship? Like, how did you guys?
That's a good question.
Execute it so well on screen.
Hyena.
It's so interesting because we were talking about the same thing. It was all about imagining this hyena who was not there. We had a tennis ball as a hyena. So every time I had to make this contact with a tennis ball and thinking this is a hyena. So it was interesting because every time I imagine this hyena and it's not there. And this hyena man has a relationship with this animal who's not there. So you always trying to imagine this character that is not there. And whenever they brought this hyena, you have to be careful because you can't touch it.
Yes.
Yeah.
You have to touch it at a certain angle.
And
what do you think it's doing for our local productions? Like we always watch green screen productions, your avatars, Ngale. What do you think it's doing for us here in South Africa?
iNUMBER is really pushing now that scale of, that we can do this. We capable because we now understanding now post-production as something really important that it really needs to really pay attention to it. Because that's where really the real story is there. That's how now we're really creating. So it's really allowing us now, because as you're saying now, working with imagination, now we're going back into theater in a sense, and we come from that school there. So now infusing it with the technology, it just allows us and to show the world that South Africa's corner not
and equality. Quality. We bring in quality.
And allowing young kids who are watching iNUMBER to be like, you know what? Nami as in you know what I mean? That's where we want to be now, and owning those stories.
And how was it working with, the new younger generation, the younger kids? How was it working with them?
I've worked with Prastu and
yes, I'm the young
project.
one, yes.
But I think it's always amazing to learn and work with young people because you always want to give them a skill.
Yeah.
You give and you grow. And
and
it was nice for me.
It was beautiful. Especially with the number Jozi Gold, working with Mtshali and Ukhosi, you know, with Mtshali and Noxie, you know. Yeah. But with Mtshali, because now he's deaf, he can't speak. So we had Andisa. I'm so grateful for her. She's such an amazing translator. So now we're broadening the audience as well. So now to work with them, because sometimes we're in a set together, we're all talking about the scene. You know, so there's that as well. Yeah. And it really made us pay attention more because Ngcobo is such it allows you he's such a phenomenal actor because now he's merging in your mind the idea of paying attention to everybody, paying attention to detail. So he's reinfusing that into our brain. So as he's saying, it's a learning process and it's a beautiful to be learning from all sorts of life, all genders. I
was saying earlier on also to work with Presley. It's such an amazing team, you know, and every time when I go on set, I was like, oh God, I'm working with people that are passionate about this and that are giving love to the arts and and thanks to this big man.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.